Hello, everyone, and welcome to this session. It's a short and sweet class where we follow the 6 movements of the spine. So get into something comfortable, jump on your mats, and let's begin. Come to a seated position in Vajrasana and place your palms on your knees. You're sitting between your heels, your toes are touching. Take a minute to settle into your body. Release any held tension from the neck, the shoulders, eyes, and the muscles around the eyes. And remember why you're on your mat today. Set an intention for your practice. Keeping the breath nice and long. Now as you inhale, raise your arms overhead. And exhaling, lower into child's pose. Take your forehead to the ground. If you have high blood pressure, make a loose fist with one hand and then the other, and rest your forehead on your fists so that your heart is level with your head. And continue to deepen your breath. This posture releases the vertebrae and creates space between them. Continuing to breathe evenly and consistently. And coming up to sitting. Every time you exhale, push the belly in. Inhale, raise your arms up, going down into child's pose again in your chosen variation. And taking a couple breaths here. Release your back. Release your day, your to-do lists, and come back to this moment here. Inhale, come back to Vajrasana. Now beginning to get into cat-cow position. So take your buttocks up, place your palms on the mat, knees under the hips, wrists under the shoulders. This is the base position, Marjariyasana. We begin by exhaling, and as you exhale, stretch your spine up towards the ceiling, rounding it, hanging the head, exhaling all the old air out of the body. And as you inhale, lower into a nice curve, looking forward and filling your ribs in with some fresh air. This is one round, and you can continue at your own pace, in sync with the rhythm of your own breath, and do a couple more rounds. So exhale, round the spine, push the belly in, contract the abdominal muscles. And then as you inhale, gaze slightly forward. Do not strain the neck. Breathe in deep and long, and exhale again. It's an excellent posture to improve the flexibility in the spine and the neck. Continuing at your own pace. you've had enough, just come back to sitting. Again, taking a pause, a nice long breath in and releasing softly. And then coming back to cat-cow again. We're going to open the upper body. So we will do a slight twist to the right. So raise your right hand up as you breathe in. Open the chest. And as you exhale, take your right shoulder to the mat, sliding your hand under the left arm. Your hips can be aligned with the knees, toes pointing. If you need, you can place a blanket under your knees for extra cushioning. And coming back to the base position. We'll repeat on the other side. Inhale, raise your arm up. Fill the chest, open to the left side. Exhale, left shoulder to the mat. And breathing here. Exhale completely. Inhale 1, 2, 3. Exhale 1, 2, 3. And inhale. On the exhale, come back to the base position. We'll repeat. Inhale, right arm up. Breathing in. Exhale, lower. Staying here for a breath. And coming up to the base position. Repeating on the other side with your own breath. Open the chest, open your heart. Strive to stay connected to the pose, connected to your breath and any sensations that come up. And coming back. Now lying flat on your belly, resting your forehead on the ground, preparing for Shalabhasana. Your toes can point to each other. Clasp your hands to the back. Engage the whole leg, the glute muscles, and inhale, rise up. Take your chest and legs away from the floor, hands away from the body. Again, a nice chest opener strengthens the back and a gentle back bend. Stay here for a couple breaths. Nice long breath still. And exhaling, lower to the ground. Again, round 2. Preparing, exhaling completely, and on the inhale, lifting up. The buttocks stay engaged. Find your edge and lower to the ground. One more round. Don't bend the knees and stay engaged. And exhale, lower your forehead to the ground, palms to the side. Rest here for a few breaths. we'll get into subtle dhanurasana, easy bow posture. So grab hold of your ankles with your hands. And as you inhale, lift up. Lift your knees off the floor and your chest away from the ground. And while here, try to keep your breath going evenly and naturally. And exhaling, lower to the ground. You can rest your head to one side. Take a nice, calming breath. Exhale completely. And on the inhale, lift up again. Again, nice long breath. Watch the discomfort wherever it arises. This is a great practice to become present to what is, to allow tightness, discomfort with kindness and acceptance. Breathe. Just a few more seconds. And lower to the ground. Head resting. If you've had enough, just rest on the ground. You can take your feet down and rest up. Otherwise, go in for one more time, giving it your best shot. If you're tired, just relax. Take your head to the other side and just rest. Just listen to your body, whatever you do. Resting and then coming up to sitting. We'll take a vinyasa here. So choose your variation. You can go to, you can lift up in a plank and then come to upward dog. And then downward dog. And coming back to sitting. From here, stretch your legs out in front. Engage the core. Get your shoulders round and back, hands resting to the side. We'll prepare for Paschimottanasana. Forward bend. Keep your feet flexed and engaged. And this posture stretches the whole back of the body, from the calves, hamstring, to the back, the whole spine. Walk your fingers to the front. Keep your back nice and long. And stay here if that's okay for you. There's no need to be touching your legs, your knees, or lowering your head in any manner. It's okay. If it's accessible to you, however, then inhale, lift up from the abdomen, and as you exhale, deepen into your forward bend. You can grab hold of your toes, or you can slide your hands forward from the feet and hold one hand. Hold your left hand with the right hand. Finding your edge in this one. Inhale, lengthen, come up from the abdomen, and deepen with each exhale into your forward bend. This posture dissolves fat in the stomach and also increases the digestive fire. If you are comfortable, then pay attention to the prana, the energy in this one. Apply mul bandha, so contract the muscles around the anus and the perineum, so the energy can only flow upward. Look up, exhale, and come back to sitting. You can take a breath here or take a vinyasa and come back to sitting. Next, we get into Purvottanasana. So sit on the ground, take your hands behind your body, palms facing towards you, resting the whole palm on the floor, fingers spread apart. Then plant both your feet on the ground. And once you have your foundation steady and ready, lift up. Keep your core engaged, your legs engaged, chest open, head dropping slightly back, and stretching the whole front of the body. Breathing in nice and strong. Don't let the hips sink. One last one. Exhale and down. Again, vinyasa of your choice or resting. We'll come up in Upavishta Konasana. So take your legs as wide apart as you can. And then lengthen through the spine. And start to lower. So you can walk your hands forward and stay if this is enough for you. Keep your spine nice and long. It's okay not to bend too much in this one. It's important to keep the spine long instead of arching it. Hold your toes if you can, and then lowering as far down as you can. And breathing here. Staying present. Few more seconds. And exhale completely. On the inhale, start to walk your fingers back, lift up, and stay at the center for a second. Watch any sensations that arise. Watch the state of your breath. And then we're just going to take a side stretch. So keeping your right hand or elbow on the ground and raise your left hand, and your right arm stretches overhead. Only go deeper if it's accessible. Otherwise, just stay here and breathe. We do not use the body to get into a pose. We use the postures to tune into the body. So don't push any further than your body is comfortable. Exhale and come back to center. And then reach your left arm over. Open the chest. Look up. Stay here if that's enough, or grab hold of your toes. And breathe into the left ribs, the lower rib cage. Breathe into the tight areas. And then look down. Walk your hands back to center. Slowly bring your knees closer, lift up, and come back to sitting. Again, your choice of vinyasa. Come back to a seated position. Stretch your feet forward and bring your left heel closer to the groin. We'll do a seated twist, Marichasana 3. Take your right arm over on your left knee and make a stop sign. Take your left hand back onto the mat and look back. Stay here if that's enough for you. Keep your chest lifted, your spine long. That's important. And keep the other leg engaged. Or if you are familiar, or if this is accessible to you, grab hold of your left arm with your right arm wrapped over the knee. Exhaling, coming back to center. Whichever variation you chose, repeating that on the other side. So taking the twist. Keeping the foot engaged. Again, keeping the spine long and open and not forcing any movement. Breathe into the twist. Keep your eyes soft, your face soft. Then look back to the center as you exhale. Release the arms and take a vinyasa. You did good work today. Thank you so much for joining me and for your practice. Please rest in Shavasana and enjoy the space you've created. And I'll see you soon again. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.